There's a moment that sneaks up on you, subtle but powerful, where something inside finally exhales. You meet her hand, not in some dramatic fireworks kind of way. No, it's softer than that. It's the kind of meeting that feels like you've known her forever, like your soul finally found a place to sit down and rest. You stop reaching. You stop performing. The noise in your head quiets. She doesn't ask you to change, yet you feel yourself shedding layers. There's no chase, no need to impress, no pressure to be anything but yourself. For the first time in a long time, you feel like you're enough, not because of what you have, but because of who you are. She sees you, really sees you. Not the version you've packaged for the world, but the quiet truths beneath the surface. The way she listens without interrupting. The way she holds eye contact without flinching. The way her presence doesn't demand anything from you. It all calms something primal inside. You've dated before, sure. You felt chemistry, obsession, even deep connection. But this is different. This is peace. Her presence is like gravity. If you feel anchored, not weighed down. The world still spins, but you're no longer dizzy. And you're not even sure when it shifted. Maybe it was during a conversation about nothing. Or the way she laughed with her whole body. Or how she sat with you in silence and didn't try to fill it. But from that point on, everything is different. The urge to prove fades. The need to perform disappears. You don't just want her, you feel like you've returned to yourself through her. And in that quiet, unspoken moment, you know, she's not just someone you met. She's someone who changed everything. Most of your life you've been drawn to intensity. Sparks, games, the thrill of uncertainty. You chased passion that came with confusion, mistaking emotional chaos for depth. Then she came along, and for the first time you wanted something different. You didn't want to guess where you stood. You didn't want to decode texts or test boundaries. You wanted something calm. You wanted emotional safety. Being with her doesn't feel like walking a tightrope pit. It feels like standing on solid ground. You don't fear the shifts in her mood or wonder if today will be the day she pulls away. There's a steadiness in her love that makes you breathe easier. You begin to understand that real connection isn't about constant highs. It's about the softness that comes from being fully accepted. She doesn't test your loyalty with silence or provoke you to earn her attention. She shows up the same, every time, present, honest, consistent. And in a world where people glorify chaos, her peace becomes unforgettable. You realize you no longer want adrenaline from drama. You want the kind of quiet that heals. You begin choosing softness over sparks, comfort over confusion. Love doesn't ask you to fight for it. It invites you to rest in it. Now, you don't feel like a contestant in her life, trying to outperform some imaginary rival. You feel like a partner. She doesn't complete you, she complements you. And that balance, that sense of emotional safety, starts to shift your entire perspective on love. You start measuring connection by how calm your heart feels, not how fast it races. And in that calm, you recognize something real. You no longer need chaos to feel alive. Her presence is the proof that love doesn't have to be wild to be powerful. It just has to be safe to be real. It happens in the smallest, quietest moments. You're sitting next to her, maybe in traffic, maybe sharing a meal, and suddenly your mind wanders not to escape, but to imagine. You catch yourself thinking about things you never used to. What kind of mornings you'd have if she stayed. What it would be like to grow old with someone who makes the silence feel full. You're not dreaming of fairy tales or picture-perfect plans. It's something deeper, something real. You start seeing her in your future without effort, without force. It's not a checklist of milestones or some big romantic gesture. It's just a quiet knowing that life with her feels easier to imagine than life without her. She starts showing up in your thoughts not as a hope, but as a presence. You picture her smile when you're thinking about decisions. You hear her voice in your head when you need clarity, and it doesn't scare you. It settles you. There's a kind of future that enters the room when she's near. Not because she says the right things, but because something about her just fits. You start asking questions without panic. What kind of father would I be with someone like her? What kind of man could I become if we kept growing side by side? These aren't thoughts of dependency. They're thoughts of direction. She doesn't create your purpose, but she amplifies it. You stop thinking about alternatives and start focusing on the one person who makes your path feel less like a maze and more like a road you want to walk. That's when you know, not because of some big sign, but because your heart stops wandering. It starts settling. And in that stillness, the future doesn't feel like a planet, feels like her. Something in you changes when you love her, not in a way that takes from you, but in a way that awakens something deeper. No longer feel the urge to control or possess. Instead, you feel a responsibility to limit her, but to protect her, to honor her. You see her strength, her ambition, her independence, and it doesn't intimidate you. It inspires you. You don't want to stand in front of her light. You want to guard it from anything that might dim it. You're not trying to make her smaller so you can feel bigger. You're trying to make the world safer for her to shine exactly as she is. It's a quiet, powerful kind of protection, not loud or boastful, but present and real. You speak her name with pride when she's not around. You defend her character in rooms she'll never enter. Support her dreams even when they don't directly benefit you, because her success feels like a win for both of you. It's not about control. It's about devotion without condition. Her freedom becomes sacred to you. You want her to go further, not stay close, just to comfort your insecurities. That's how you know it's not about ownership. It's about respect. You feel joy in her joy. You feel strength in her freedom. And when other people look your way, when attention drifts your direction, it doesn't move you like it used to. You've already found the one you want to stand beside. It's not that you don't notice beauty anymore. You just know what rare feels like. And when you've experienced something real, distractions lose their power. Stop needing eyes on you because you've already found the one who sees you completely, and that, more than anything, makes you want to protect her without ever trying to hold her back. There's a shift that happens, deep and undeniable. When you realize you don't need to be chased, praised, or validated by anyone else, her love doesn't make you feel trapped, it makes you feel free. You don't crave attention the way you used to. The glances from strangers, the messages that once felt like fuel, now feel empty. Because there's something about her that already fills you. Our presence quiets the part of you that once sought constant approval. You're still a man. You still see beauty. But it doesn't move you anymore, not like it used to. The thrill of being wanted fades when you've found the one who truly knows you. It's not fear that keeps you loyal. It's peace. You've tasted what it feels like to be fully understood, fully accepted, and that kind of connection ruins the appetite for anything surface level. You stop entertaining what drains you and start protecting what feeds you. Being with her doesn't just give you comfort, it challenges you to rise. You begin becoming the man you always hoped to be. Not for her, but because of her. Because her love reflects a version of you that you're proud to meet. You start shedding the parts of you that were performative, shallow, distracted. And in their place, you grow patience, discipline, vision. Even in silence, she brings clarity. Even in distance, you feel anchored. And maybe the most powerful realization of all is this: you love her deeply, but you no longer need her to complete you. You want her? Yes. You choose her. Absolutely. But your peace, your worth, your foundation, that's yours now. She simply amplifies it. And that's how you know this isn't obsession. It's not addiction. Most powerful form, full, grounded and free.